time for prayers. They marched on north, the elf blood froze. The peppermint fields now lined with woes.
Jack-o'-lantern lit the spark.
A pumpkin grin, a scheme so dark.
Give us the lies of endless snow.
If Christmas ends, you'll never go. Tinsel torn.
Thank you once again, Ed from Shades of Vengeance Games, for the Christmas song that we've been playing. Please check out Shades of Vengeance Games era Cruel Tide Christmas. Ed made this song for the video, and I'm playing it. So thank you, Ed. Hey, it's Friday. It is Friday the 5th. We're starting a little early today because I thought I had plans to go do some holiday stuff, but now it looks like those plans might be canceled. But I've already been recording when I found out they were canceled, so, oh well, what are you gonna do? It is I, your favorite Scrooge, the second favorite Scrooge, the oggm, broadcasting live from Site B, located in the holiday heartland that is Fresno, Nevada, a town that doesn't exist. And we're looking at this week's Kickstarters that are coming to an end. And we've got a couple that are looking pretty cool. One I'm even maybe interested in, possibly two. We'll check out what the money's like. But yeah, first up from Free League in Two Little Mice, we've got Twilight Sword, the role-playing game Kickstarter. That's coming to an end. This is getting a lot of good hype. A lot of people are saying this is a game of the year for next year. We'll see. I mean, usually Free League knocks it out of the park, and Two Little Mice is definitely running off of some steam from the success of Outgunned. So this is, of course, a Japanese-inspired role-playing game to give you sort of like, hey, this is a Japanese anime JRPG type of thing. So you got humans and animals and oni and sexy cat girls and elves with big titties and all the things you've come to expect from this type of cartoon, video game, and then tried to turn it into a role-playing game. And we've got a sexy cat girl. Or an elf girl. We've got a cat that's armed with an axe. No, it's armed with a fist. This is totally not AI. Then we got an oni with a big axe, and then we got a penguin. Now, this is the second role-playing game this year where you could play penguins as player characters, not counting a Harmony Ginger's role-playing game where she has penguin folk. Was not aware that penguins were a thing all of a sudden in anime. But okay, so yeah, this is a... Excuse me. This wonderful sunny weather we're having is allergy season, but it's worth it for the sun since I hate being cold. All right, so this is $210 for the PDF and print versions of all the rule books, plus a starter set, plus a GM screen, plus cards, plus dice, plus map. No role-playing game is worth $210, so let's hope there are cheaper versions. So we're going to go to the thing and see what's available. So $210 for the whole thing, $160, $85 for the physical and digital. What if I just want the $70 for the rule book, physical and digital? What about just the digital? If I want the whole starter set for $36, but what if I just want the rule book? So the cheapest you can go is $36 to get the rule book, the campaign setting, the box starter set, and the cards, which you'd have to print out and then, whatever. So oof. A lot of people are, saying they love this game. They're going to get this game. The fact that the cheapest you could go is $36, and you still have to do the thing, and it's like, yeah, hello, Technobabble. How are you this morning? Merry holidays and happy Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever. The art, of course, is amazing. So far, it definitely emphasizes and inspires. Hopefully, we'll have some Let's Play videos up soon to see if it really does the job. It's always the dream. Can we take anime and video game and turn it into role-playing game. But 9 out of 10 times the crossover doesn't really work because role-playing games don't function on the same reality that, say, a cartoon does or a video game does. You can't do those things. You have to, but we'll see. So yeah, it's getting a lot of hype. I would like to have seen a PDF of just the rules for maybe 40 or 20, even 25, because I don't really care about the world or getting cards, because I just want to see what the system looks like. So, but yeah, this is definitely on the list. Link down below. Then from Lumply Games, we have Apocalypse World, Burned Over, cycling back to the very beginning for $40 for the PDF and print versions of the core rulebook. This is a reprint of the original Powered by the Apocalypse post-apocalypse role-playing game that started it all for these guys using the 2D6 PBTA system. This is the very first one I became aware of. So they're trying to re-release it. They're trying to make it a thing. Hopefully with this re-release, it's been like, what, 8-10 years? They will remove all the things that prevented Apocalypse World from being more successful than it was, including the sex stuff. Because, yeah, there was sex stuff in Apocalypse World and Powered by the Apocalypse, which didn't need to be there. And the vampire one. I get, the sex stuff in the vampire one, but yeah, it just doesn't need to be there. So we'll look into it. I'm not going to pay $40 for it, but I'd pay $20 for the PDF or $10 for the PDF. I'm curious. And it's Apocalypse World, so if you want to pick it up, link down below. Then we've got Infernals, Crowned by Hellfire for Exalted 3E from Onyx Path Publishing. Surprised that somebody's still trying to support Exalted. $30 for the PDF of the book plus a POD discount coupon. This is taking Exalted, the Onyx Path White Wolf fantasy game, which is also heavily inspired by anime, and adding some new stuff to it. It's a source book for Exalted. Didn't even know Onyx Path was still doing Exalted, so yeah, whatever. Don't know if the audience is there. Hey, it's our good friend Stephen Glicker. We got to support this just because it's our good friend Stephen Glicker, even though Stephen Glicker never supports me. But hey, we love Mr. Glicker. We love all the work he does over there at Roll for Combat. So yeah, and we've got a yellow slime girl dressed up like Sherlock Holmes holding a giant magnifying glass. So this is Battle Zoo Ancestries, Year of Mysteries. This is for D&D and Pathfinder. It's $100. No role-playing games worth $100. I love you, Stephen, but nope. Get a new ancestry to add to your pre-existing game. So, the ancestries are elf, dwarf, gnome, slice of cheese. So this is adding some new ones. And every month you get a new one. So it's a year-long project for every month during the 2026. They will either, I guess, they send it to you, or you open it, or I don't know. That doesn't make sense. How's it a month long? Whatever. It's Stephen Glicker. We love Stephen Glicker. We love Roll for Combat. We appreciate the few times he has reached out and spoken to us. He's one of the great sources of information that I usually check when I'm following up on a story. So I got to support this just because he's our pal. And it's free monsters. All right, so this is called Pork Mork, which when I saw the name, I was like, Mork Bork, but with pigs? Hell yes. But no. This is Merkberg, but it's about Belric folklore, 100 pages of rules, and exploring the islands, work with pig merchants, steal in pork, and bring home the bacon. So it's got some pork jokes. They are still alive if they are not dead. I don't know anything about Balaric folklore. I don't even know where Balaric is. I'm assuming it's someplace in Europe. Let's see. The Balaric Islands are an archipelago in Spain. That picture does not scream Spain to me. Unless he's supposed to be the skeleton of a Spanish conquistador, except that's not what their armor looked like. This is much more of a French European armor, Germanic, especially with the thing on the helmet. I used to know what that was called. So Technically, yeah, sort of. It's a role-playing game where you play pig merchants and do other things, but I thought it was a role-playing game where you got to be pigs. Just like Borg is about dogs, Pork is about pigs, but now this is just basically solid fantasy RPG about a archipelago in Spain where one of the we are pig merchants, and I guess you're trying to sell pigs, defend your pigs from other things, go on adventures. So basically just a fantasy role-playing game trying to make fun of itself, which is what Merc Borg is. Merc Borg is just a running, self-aware joke. Bloat Games is back with Dark Places and Demogorgons, not in any way, shape, or form inspired by a TV show on a certain cable channel featuring a certain woman who can't decide what her last name is. Yeah, it's Dark Places and Demogorgons. So this is a Bloat Games. We love Bloat Games. $19 for the PDF. That's the best deal we've got so far. They did Dark Places and Demogorgons before, inspired by a certain genre of 1980s flashback, because there was a TV show that started 5-7 years ago. However long it was, and now they're, strangely enough, as said TV show is coming to an end, Bloat Games is re-releasing it with brand new rules, updated for 5e, as well as OGL. So if you're a fan of normal everyday kids going up against horrible monsters and during the tail end of the 80s, that last great summer of childhood, yeah, here you go. So, yeah, and is no way, shape, or form inspired by a TV show. And finally, from EN Publishing, we have the beginning of their space adventure zine. It's $12 for the PDF version of the zine. This is the first issue. It's dedicated to supporting all the science fiction, science fantasy, role-playing games out there like Spelljammer and Spellfinder and Spacefinder and Starfinder and Spacey Ship Mixed Space and D20 Space and D&D in space, Elves in space, whatever. So if supporting space-based fantasy-ish D20 magazine stuff, that's there you go, and it's $12, so that's the best deal we have. So maybe, it's like you're trying to milk the energy off of Stranger Things, but the previous version of the game was way successful, so we'll see. Love the name, but no, I don't really understand what's going on in this one. Gotta support it. It's our friend Stephen Glicker. $99 though. No idea what this is. Didn't even know they were still doing it. Exalted. Yeah, I mean, I'd want to support it, but I don't think Apocalypse World is worth $40, but it's definitely worth interesting. And hopefully this lives up to the hype, guys, because I'm getting nothing but people really excited about this, really looking forward to it, and I'd hate for people to then go, hey, this game kind of sucks. So we'll see, but it's got a penguin. So how can you not love a role-playing game where you can play penguins? Penguins are practically chickens, and I love chickens. Anybody know what that's from? Anybody? If you appreciate any of these titles that I just mentioned, there's links down below, or you could forget everything I just said over the past 14 minutes and instead head on over to DriveThru and buy my games, which are all marked down to pay what you want for the holidays. So if you want to support the OGGM and you got an extra dollar laying around, go to DriveThru, links down below, pick up my stuff, get yourself my shadowdark superhero game, or my shadowdark Weird West game, or my shadowdark cryptid game, or just, hey, OGGM is Christmas and we appreciate you, so here's $1. Or you could buy the hardback, which is $7,777 on DriveThru. So if you really wanted to support me, and if you're questioning why it's $7,777, no one knows, and I can't change it. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Thank you again, Ed from Shades of Vengeance Games, for the wonderful song. Have a great Friday. Happy holidays. We'll talk to you later. It's a penguin.
Torn, the stockings burned, the sleigh was smashed, the tide has turned, oh cruel tide, Christmas, the